You know, it's so crazy. When I got off the roof, I looked down at my phone because I was checking how much the place that I'm going to stay this week is. Because the guy offered me this huge, like massive discount. And so I was looking at the original price and I saw 444 angel numbers, which is like your spirit guides, like they're there with you, they're sending love, they're protecting you, all of that. And I just got filled with like even more gratitude. Like, it is crazy. I've been here for, I think tomorrow makes 4 weeks. Like, I'm just about to hit a month being here in Mexico City. And when I tell you, my life has transformed so much in the last 4 weeks. It hasn't even been 30 days. I can't even say 30 days. But because people ask me, why did I come out here? Like, why would I want to move here? And the only thing I can say is that I felt called to for a very long time. And that calling, to be completely honest, was terrifying to me. Like, literally none of this is rehearsed. I'm just like speaking from the heart. But that calling was terrifying, and I knew that God had a plan for me, and that for certain things to come to fruition. Actually, let me get my mic. Yeah, I'm back. I always forget that I have this mic now. Yeah, but it like, when I think about a month ago, my life was in a completely different state. I was feeling super hopeless, super depressed. I don't know, like at the beginning of this year was at such a low, and for a while it kind of felt like I lost myself, like I was losing myself, and I didn't really know a way out of the situation. And the thing was, I knew the only path out was to leave and like let go and start over. This year, in so many ways, I feel like last year for me, with going to Kenya and leaving my job and leaving New York, was like this year of transition, so much transition. And really, like, that it was crazy. I was listening to my tarot and they were like, yeah, like March to June was like the preview for kind of like what God has in store for you this year. This is not like a vacation. This is, I mean, it genuinely was that. Like, it started off as like this trip that was going to be 3 months and then 6 months, and then me coming to the conclusion that I want to live abroad, and then actually taking the steps to move abroad terrified me, because like this time, this is like, okay, like now I'm going to look for a place to start over, to call home, go where I don't know anybody. Like, yeah, I only knew like just like my family, like a few people in Kenya, but this is real life. This and it scared me so badly. But when I tell you, like, and everything, there were so many signs just being like, you're supposed to move to a new place, possibly a new country, and that certain things were going to be happening. And when I tell you, like, the day that I booked my ticket, I think quite literally 2 days later, I got a job offer. My first day here in Mexico, I received word that I was a candidate for this super big opportunity. That I can't tell you guys about it yet, but it's just like so many things. And even like with, like, I've been house sitting out here. I've been here for a month and I haven't paid for any housing at all. And having like income coming in has just, I've been able to, like, not be like so incredibly stressed about money, because yeah, like, it's cheaper than the States, but it's not, it's still expensive here in ways. But when I tell you, it was just like God was just clearing a path and like taking care of everything for me, so that so that I wouldn't have to be worried, so that I couldn't use my fear and my worries as excuses. And within 3 days of being here, I was like, this is exactly where I'm meant to be. And I can't believe I stood in my own way for so long. Like, I could have been happy the whole time. Like, that's what you're telling me. And obviously everything happens in the timing that it's supposed to. And I think there were lessons learned with being back in the States as long as I was. I didn't intend to be there for more than a month, and it turned into 6, solely out of fear. A month ago, I was in a completely different place, and now it's like I feel energized, I feel creative, I feel excited about life. I feel like I am stepping into the life that I've wanted for so long, and that just, I didn't know if it was like in reach for me. It didn't feel like it was, and I'm like getting emotional. It just finally feels like things are working out. And I know that, they're going to keep working out everything that's meant for me. Can't miss me. Although it's been a really, really tough week, it kind of feels like nothing has gone my way. Ebbs and flows. Things can't always be perfect. But I have to say, for the most part, things here in Mexico City have been really, really perfect and really nice. Honestly, like, I haven't done a lot of sightseeing because I think just with so much of what was going on in my life the last few months, and especially right before I came here, I really just needed to like calm my nervous system, rest, heal. And it wasn't even so much rest because I've been starting a new job the last 4 weeks, and that's been interesting. But we're not going to get into that right now. I'm grateful nonetheless. If God is pulling you in a direction, if your gut is pulling you in this direction that like doesn't make sense to anybody else. Like, my mom every day is texting me like, so when are you coming back? And I'm just like, I'm not. Like, it doesn't have to make sense to anybody else. It doesn't have to be a path that looks like anybody that you know. I don't know anybody who, quit their job to start a beauty brand and like travel and leave the country full time. And like, I don't know anybody who's done any of that. Yet here I am, and I'm thriving, and I'm happy. I am so happy. Here and in Nairobi, genuinely the happiest I've ever been. And I feel so blessed to say that, because I was unhappy for a really long time, and I felt stuck and trapped, and a change in environment really can be everything. Like, I feel I was out of alignment in New York. I was out of alignment in Jersey. When I'm here, I really feel in alignment. I feel like things are possible for me. And even though like I love Nairobi so much, I recognize that certain goals that I have, it's just like in terms of like living there, that maybe isn't possible at this very moment. In the future, definitely. I'm coming for you, Nairobi. But for what it is that I need right now, I think I really feel in my heart like this is it. And it's funny, this was supposed to be like a, season of like, like city shopping, country shopping. In the first place that I got to, I'm like, oh, like I love it here. It has everything I need. I'm happy to settle. And the same thing happened in Nairobi. And like, I was reflecting on it, because every single move that I've had in the last year has fallen on an eclipse. April, moving to Nairobi, from New York to Nairobi. October, moving back to Jersey. Yikes. There you go. And then now, moving to Mexico City in April. Like, all of these were eclipse times, and I was just like, that's crazy, right? Like, I believe in like all of that stuff, but I was just like, okay, that's like a little bit scary. So I was reflecting just like patterns and things during that time, and I was like, do I like settle in a place and like everything too soon? And honestly, I was like, no. I love traveling, but I do crave stability, and that's entirely okay. Like, I don't pack light. I brought like the whole world over here. I want to have a home base. I knew that coming out here from jump. I was like, I would love to find a home base, and then we can go from there. We can see where else that we want to go from there. Yeah, so I don't know. It's just very interesting to reflect, and even like sometimes like you feel like things are happening to you, but everything is happening for you. Like, everything up to this moment, both in my personal and professional life, have prepared me for exactly everything that's taking place right now. It's just, I don't know, it's crazy. Like, things that I didn't even realize, like I was picking up skills or like lessons, and anything that would come in handy are now like the very same things that are like just like genuinely changing my life. I feel like I'm going on forever, but I don't know what the point of all of this is saying to you guys, but I just want to share like what this has looked like for me, and anybody else that's afraid to take that leap. It's okay. Even after leaving for 6 months, going to Africa, I was more scared to come here because this was like, it was like with Africa, I told everyone like, oh, like, I'll be back in like this many months. And I knew I was lying, but I was also lying to myself because that made it easier to take such a big leap. But then with this, I knew what the intention was, and I was vocalizing that that was the intention. And that made it so much scarier. That made it so much scarier to just be like, I'm starting all over from scratch. Like, I'm changing my entire life. Lean into the fear. I try to tell myself that a lot, and it is a lot easier said than done. But you won't realize that the fear really isn't all that real until you just attack it head on. That's the best advice I can give. Just lean into it, jump into it, and then you'll come out and realize, like, I can't believe I was afraid of this thing all along. Like, I let my fear stop me. I could have been here thriving for the past 4 months and was sitting in Jersey depressed, overthinking every aspect of coming out here. You don't have to wait till something's perfect. You don't have to wait till you feel ready. Because I realized at some point, like, my best friend called me out. She was like, you've been putting this off for so long and you're so miserable. And the truth is, like, you're never going to feel ready. You just have to take the leap. Sometimes that's just what you got to do. I hope this rant was helpful. I haven't been talking to the camera enough. I just, like, forget sometimes. But I do want to, like, share this journey with you guys and build a relationship and community with you guys. So I'm going to be intentional to get on the camera more and show up and be consistent with like my videos and everything, and give you guys a glimpse into this transformation that's happening. It's so beautiful, and it's really exciting to, you know, be living it, and also like to be able to look back on it and just, you know, reminisce one day like, oh my God, like, remember when we moved to Mexico City? It's just fun having a video diary. It really is. Oh my God. Also, yesterday was Friday. Yesterday and today, it's been raining, not like the whole day and not a ton, but it's crazy because I've been here for a month and it hasn't rained once. Like, it doesn't really rain here all that much. Like, they're in a drought. And it's funny because the day before I was shopping with my friend Zach, and I ended up getting the green pants that were in the vlog. And I remember, like, because the girl, okay, they were going to be, like, I think $100 and something dollars. And the girl was like, it's the last pair. They're from, like, December. I'll give you, like, a big discount. And so I was like, ooh. And in my head, I was like, okay, this is crazy. Like, I'm not going to wear these. It's hot all the time. It's freezing today. And so I just put them on. I'm about to take myself out to dinner, and they're so cozy, and I'm so glad that I got them.